What's up, church fam? How are y'all doing? I hope y'all are having a great week in the Lord. I'm so excited for today. And so usually in these videos, it's all business. I tell you about what I'm doing in the residency. I tell you about upcoming events. But this week, or this month, actually, we have a very special guest. This is my wife, Ashley, for those of y'all that don't know her. And so we're really excited today because we just want you to get to know us a little better. And so we're going to be talking about us as a couple, us as individuals, some church planting stuff, and even some reflection questions that we're going to be talking about. And so I'm really, really excited to have Ashley be here with you today. And so I want to kind of turn it over to Ashley because I think she has something to say to all of y'all.
Well, thank you for letting me come and join you for this video. I know this has been special and a great way for you to connect with hopefully our future team and our future congregation. I am just so honored to be here and appreciate everybody watching. And hopefully you get to know a little bit about us and just continue to love and grow with us in this process.
And so we're very, very thankful for all of you who have been praying for our family, who've been supporting us with text messages or calls or even coming to our home just to support us. And we're so thankful for all of y'all. And so we're really, really excited for this video. But if you have prayer requests, please go to our newsletter, fill out that prayer request because we would love to pray for y'all. But we're so excited for this video. So let's dive into those questions together. All right, babe, so we're going to be asking a couple of questions to each other. It's going to be really, really fun. And the first set of questions are about us as individuals. So are you ready? All right. What's something you enjoy doing outside of loving me so much?
Something I enjoy doing outside of loving you is reading. I am teaching myself how to quilt. So I'm working on that project for the girls, and Grammy's helping me out, which has been really fun, getting to do something with her, and puzzles when it gets to Christmas time. I love Christmas puzzles. Okay, describe a season of your life that has shaped who you are today.
Oh, man, that is a good question. I think for me, the most influential season of my life, other than being born, obviously, was the time when I moved to Ohio. So for those of y'all that don't know, I moved to Ohio for a season right out of college, and I was kind of lost in the world, walking around kind of lost, and I got plugged into a really amazing church. And when I got plugged into that church, the associate pastor took me under his wing and started telling me about Jesus and about how he loved me and how he died for me and how I needed to be walking with him. And because of that associate pastor, his name is Bob Bauer, because of him, I am sitting here today, saved by Jesus' grace, and now I'm planting a church. And so that has been one of the most influential seasons of my life. All right, so next statement is this. Tell everyone watching something that made an impact in your life.
Something that made an impact in my life was going on missions trips to Guatemala. I've gone twice, both as a teenager, but it was really life-changing and getting to see joy in a lot of circumstances that we wouldn't normally be joyful was really cool. And just getting to serve for an entire week and not have to worry about any of the normal responsibilities and just be there with the people and love on the people was really impactful. Okay, what is something people do not know about you?
Oh man, what is something people don't know about me? For a season, I had a pretty significant stint in the breakdancing business. It was really awesome. I'm just kidding. I never broke dance in my life. Broke it down, but never broke dance. I think something that people don't know about me that I use a lot is I used to be a volunteer firefighter. And so when I had graduated from high school, I was kind of wandering around, didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do. And so one of the things that I tried out was firefighting. And so I was a volunteer firefighter at Liberty Hill Fire Department for about 10 months. I went through the EMT Academy, and then really felt God call me to UMHB. But that's something that people don't know about me is I used to be a volunteer firefighter. All right, babe, now we're going to be doing a couple questions, which is going to be fun. So how would you describe our marriage in one sentence?
I think one sentence, our marriage has been an adventure and seemingly random blessings from all directions. But it's been an adventure. It's been more than I ever expected it would be. We've been all over the place, but we've been blessed in the midst of chaos and the pandemic and having our girls, and it's been chaos, but it's been awesome all at the same time.
Yeah. Has been chaotic, that's for sure.
Your favorite question, how did we meet?
I love this question. So people ask Ashley and I this question all the time. And so how did we meet? Well, I had just moved back from Ohio, feeling called to go into ministry. And so I moved back with no job, and was starting to go into seminary and all these things. And I needed a job during that time. And so I started working at HEB. Just to kind of bring in a little bit of money. And I was working in the grocery department. Ashley was working in the bakery. And Ashley caught my eye, but I didn't say anything to her because I wasn't looking for a relationship at the time. But then one day, Ashley was down aisle 8 looking for sugar, and she found me instead. And so that is how we found each other. I found out that she liked me, and so I went to the bakery on my break one day, and I asked her, the first question I asked Ashley was, do you love Jesus? And she said yes, and I said, well, then when are we going out? Yes, our first date was at Monument Cafe, and then Monument Cafe has a pretty big significance for us because after that, I met with your mom and your stepdad and asked them for their blessing to marry you. And then whenever we got engaged that day, we had the very first and last reservation ever at Monument Cafe. And so that's how we met, and that's how we're sitting here on this couch today.
Oh, gosh.
This is a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
What's your favorite memory of us?
My favorite memory is when we went to New Hampshire for my graduation. Yeah, so I graduated from Southern New Hampshire University, and it was after we had had Ainsley, and we were gonna go so I could walk a little bit of a travel for our 1-year-old. So we went ahead and went just us, which was really special. And we got to kind of explore that side of the country, and very relaxed schedule, and we could kind of do what we wanted, and we were exploring a new place, and just that whole week was just fun because we were just up there just enjoying a little mini vacation and celebrating a big milestone for me, which was special in a lot of ways. Okay, what is something that marriage has taught you that ministry has not?
That is so good. Marriage has taught me a ton of things. I think ministry has taught me a ton of things, but I think marriage has taught me things at a deeper level and things that I still need to work on. I will be totally transparent. There are things that I got to work on, but I think the one thing that marriage has taught me way more than ministry I think ever will is sacrificial love. And so Jesus died for us, and he gave us marriage. And that way we can kind of understand his love. And so one thing that marriage has really, really taught me is sacrificial love, and it's putting you above me. And there are lots of areas that I need to do better at still. But I think that's the one thing that's really taught me is that even when I come home from work after it's been a long day, or I've talked to 1,000 people, or I've heard really, really tough stories, I still need to sacrifice my life for you, right? God's word tells us in Ephesians chapter 5 that I'm supposed to die for you. You submit to me, I die for you. And so that's something that I'm going to continue to learn, I think, is sacrificial love for my wife and for my family, and just really being a good husband and a good father, and most importantly, a good Christ follower. So I think that's the most important thing that marriage has taught me. All right, now we're on to church planting. So let's get going. What's been the most rewarding thing about the church planting process so far?
I think the most rewarding part of us jumping into this church planting season has been watching how well the girls socialize. I mean, that may sound silly, but just watching Ainsley come out of her shell and being so open to meeting new people. And even yesterday, we were in a new place, and she was like, we can make friends anywhere at any time. You know, she just has really opened up so much, and that's been a little bit of a proud mama moment. But that's been very rewarding, seeing that she has more social skills than I think most kids her age. So.
And I think too, seeing Tori, kind of go right into Hill Country Kids and not cry and not scream and not be upset, but just kind of go in and go,
Drop
all right,
off, spend significant
this is what we're doing now. This is what we're doing. And so we're in it. And so, yeah, I think the growth of our family has been super, super cool. Yeah.
Okay, what is something about planting JBC that has been harder for you than you expected?
Oh my gosh. I think there's a ton of hard things that have been brought our way. But I think the hardest thing is, I think one of the hardest things is really having like really deep relationships with people and hearing no. And so again, and we love them and we are still be friends with them and they're in our corner and they love us. But we love our church family and we love the people who have been around us and have loved on us for, almost a decade, which is wild to think about. But I think that has been one of the toughest things is in this season of going, all right, God, you're called us to plant a church and we've left our church family and now we're gonna be doing this thing in Jarrell, and to hear no, which again, we are thankful for the no because we want God to use them wherever they're supposed to be. That's been really, really tough is like just in this season of kind of going, all right, who's with us, who's still with us in prayer and all of that, but not going to be physically with us. That's been kind of the toughest part, I think, for me so far. There's been a million other tough things that have happened, but I think that one's been the hardest for me just because I'm so social and love people. And so that's been pretty tough.
Yeah, feeling like we haven't gotten to catch up with everybody and still wanting to keep those relationships,
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
What's one thing you're looking forward to once JBC is planted?
I'm looking forward to all the money we're going to save on gas. But I am also going to be looking forward to us being in our wherever we're going to be and getting to know the people walking in and getting to just build in and love on anybody and everybody that walks in and just really being within the city limits of Jarrell.
Yeah, one of the things that we want to do at JBC, for those of y'all that are still watching, is we want to build a culture of disciples who make disciples. And so our goal, our mission, our vision is to share the gospel truth of Jesus with the people of Jarrell. And once we do that, God has told us to go therefore and make disciples of all nations. And so really kind of building that culture immediately at Jarrell Bible Church where we're going to be building into people to love Jesus with all their heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to love others. And so we're going to be building that culture of going out into the community, like Jesus tells us to go to apartment complexes and spread the gospel, to go to the Very Merry Jarrell Christmas Festival and give out free hot chocolate while we're talking to people about Jesus, to be having a hot dog stand in every community whenever we've got Halloween coming up, so we can be a light in a dark place and really just build into that community. And one thing that I've been praying for a long time since we started this process is that a revival would come to Jarrell, and that there would be a revival of people who are lost, who are now found in Christ Jesus. And so we're really, really excited about that. And I think that's something that we're both really, really stoked for.
What do you want people watching to understand about Jarrell right now?
What I want people to understand about Jarrell is a growing city, but Jarrell is a bedroom town. So you come home, you eat your food, you go to sleep, and then you leave again for work. And there's nothing to do in Jarrell, and there's no real hangout spots. There's a couple of restaurants, but when we talk to people who live in Jarrell, for the most part, they are going to Georgetown or Round Rock or Austin or Salado to do things, and they're not really hanging out in Jarrell. And so really what I want people to understand is that we want Jarrell to be a place of community and connection and Jesus. And so that's one thing we're trying to build right now in our life group as it continues to grow and we're adding people to our life group is this is a place where we can hang out and we can do life together and we can go out to Memorial Park and we can go to Starbucks and have coffee. We can go to restaurants and stuff like that. But really what I want people to know about Jarrell is that it is a bedroom town right now, but it is growing. It is going to continue to grow, and it's going to be a place where people are going to grow and be in connection together. So excited about that. What's one thing you want people praying for you about?
I think we always need prayer, but I specifically need prayer in this season with our rhythms and habits at home, is finding them and really digging our heels into them, because it's chaotic now, but it's never going to slow down. So especially with the girls. So just that we find good rhythms that work for us and that are growing us in our faith and in our relationship as a family unit. What are you most hopeful for in this next season?
I am most hopeful for Jesus paving a way for us to plant a church in Jarrell. That is one thing that I've been hoping for since the very beginning of this season of church planting. And so I'm hopeful that God's going to make a way, that His name will be glorified, and that people in Jarrell will come to know Him, and that there will be a revival in Jarrell. That's my biggest hope, is that Jesus is going to reign in Jarrell. So I brought something with me today that I want to show Ashley, and I'm going to show the camera as well, and I'm going to ask her a question based on this. So close your eyes. Yeah, close your eyes.
Okay, my eyes are closed.
Okay. So I want you to look at the picture first.
You're not going to put anything in my hand, right?
Nope. Look at the picture.
Aw.
I'm going to show everyone else the picture. So this is us on our wedding day when we were married in COVID at the youth house at Hill Country Bible Church in Georgetown, because we couldn't get married at our venue. But so I showed Ashley this picture, and this is what I want to ask her. What would you tell the two of us in this photo, knowing what you know now?
Yeah, we are still excited, but we were excited to start our life together, and we were excited to explore an adventure together. And so I just want us to still have that same attitude and outlook on life, as being excited and ready for the adventure, because it's coming.
It's already here.
It's already here, but there's more to come, you know?
Yeah, I would say, what would I say to these two right there? I would say, this is going to be super pastory, but first seek the Lord, because when we got married, we had some hard things, but we didn't even know what we were going to face with, rejection of the houses that we put an offer in, to Ainsley being born and that going horribly wrong medically. Horribly different than we thought because of medical stuff, and having our wedding in COVID and having our baby in COVID. And so really I would say that we got to seek the Lord and trust His plan, because His plan is greater than our plan. I would also say love more. I would tell both of them to love more, to forgive often, to listen, and I'm guilty. I'm not a good listener. And so to listen more, and also to lighten up and have fun and enjoy the process of where God's taking us. Because it is crazy looking at that picture and then sitting here today. There's no way I would have told that Troy would have told this Troy he was planting a church.
What was going on, yeah. No.
And so I think that's what I would be. Seek after the Lord, listen, love, and lighten up and have a little bit of fun while you're doing it. So that's what I tell them.